23 things to love about being autistic. So the autistic life is a bit of a roller coaster. Lots of ups and downs, twists and turns that you don't expect. You'll probably be sick at some point. But today we're going to be focusing on some very common experiences that folk on the spectrum really love about being autistic. Hi everyone, Paul Micallef here from Autism from the Inside. I make weekly videos sharing the human side of autism, so make sure you hit subscribe to get the latest content. So you could come up with a very, very long list of all the things you could potentially love about being autistic. Today, I've got just a bit of a snapshot compiled from responses from the autistic community. And as we go through these, you'll quickly see that there are some very common themes. But before we dive into that list, there's something else that comes to mind that I'd like to share with you. This book is called What We Love Most About Life. Answers from 150 children across the autism spectrum, compiled by Chris Bonello from Autistic Not Weird. It's a cute little book with lots of color pictures and quotes from kids from all over the world. I thought I'd share my favorite one with you. I love lemons because I like how sour they are. They taste like elephants, right? So that just feels so perfect to me. That's what I personally love most about being on the spectrum, is when things make sense in a weird way that doesn't really make sense. And so that leads into the first thing that many people love about being autistic. So let's dive into this list. Number 1, pattern recognition. I personally really appreciate this one, just being able to see the world in patterns. It's an experience I can't explain. Things just make sense and I see connections everywhere. Number 2 is being immune to peer pressure. Very often, I see everyone doing one thing and have absolutely no desire to join in. Number 3 is being free from the need to identify with a group. This probably relates to the peer pressure one as well, because if I don't have to be a part of the group, then I can have the freedom to do whatever I feel like doing rather than just following along with everyone else. Number 4, having a rich sensory experience. Sometimes environments can be overwhelming, but at the same time, being able to see more means I can appreciate things on a much deeper level. Number 5 is having a passion for social justice. This is incredibly common in the autistic community. Lots of us really care about what's fair, and being immune to peer pressure means I'm more likely to actually act on that, to stick my neck out and do something about it. Number 6 is not needing drugs to be high on life. I don't know if you can relate to that. I've heard this from quite a few people. They just have very, very little interest in drugs or alcohol or anything like that because life is already so intense. They can get easily stimulated without it. Number 7 is having intense empathy. This can be quite draining at times, but also being able to feel so deeply for other people often means we can connect more deeply with other people. Number 8, my passion for my special interests. This level of passion and excitement often has such an energy behind it, and it can be an absolute joy to lean into. Number 9 is being able to see things from multiple perspectives. This is a bit of a weird autistic trait, but surprisingly common. Because I see the world differently to most people around me, from a young age, I've had to practice imagining what it must be like for other people, knowing that they see things and experience things quite differently than I do. Number 10 is noticing small details. There can be a joy in noticing and appreciating really small things, really simple things. It's the epitome of this idea of stopping to smell the flowers. Number 11 is having a good memory. So lots of us on the spectrum have a very spiky skill set, which means often this means having a very good memory for some things and a not so good memory for other things. Number 12 is the ability to think outside the box. Very often, I literally see things that other people don't see. And so naturally, my perspective and way of tackling a problem is often different to those around me. Number 13 is my curiosity. People describe a love of learning and of never getting bored because there's always new and exciting things to discover. Number 14 is quite simply being myself. I love being myself. I love being uniquely myself. I love defining myself and creating myself and becoming myself. And this probably links back to the freedom of not identifying too strongly with a group and feeling as though I need to fit in to belong. Number 15, and we may not all have this experience, but it's the experience of being able to say I'm autistic with pride and having that received and respected and embraced by other people. In other words, being accepted and included while being different at the same time. Okay, the 16th thing to love about being autistic is a capacity for laser focus. It might not happen all the time, but it can be extremely useful to just zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, and at the same time, block out the rest of the world to focus on just one thing for a while. Number 17 is my capacity to stay calm and think logically in highly emotional situations. I describe this personally as emotional damping. It's almost like my emotional reaction is just delayed a little bit. There's a lag there, which means everyone else freaks out much earlier than I do, and I can stay calm and in control to just do that little thing in the moment. So some people resonate with that. Number 18 is my sense of purpose. If I'm defining myself as a unique individual and creating a life that's worth living, there's a deep sense of purpose behind that. I'm not just spinning the hamster wheel because someone else told me to. I'm doing what I feel called to do, what I feel driven to do, even if that goes outside the norm of what most people expect. Number 19 is my sense of humor. This is definitely one of the things I love most about the autistic community in general. Our brains connect dots in such weird and wonderful ways that we can turn everyday things into something hilarious. Number 20 is having neurodivergent friends. If you've just discovered you're autistic later in life, you might be looking around and thinking, yeah, but all my friends are just as weird as I am. And that's because even without labels, I'm drawn to quirky, interesting individuals. We seem to connect on a certain level, even without any diagnosis. Number 21 is my depth of knowledge. The laser focus, the passion for a special interest, or just the intense curiosity about the world in general. Often that means that people have an incredible depth of knowledge around some things. Okay, almost there, 2 more to go. Number 22 is being super prepared for every situation. Maybe you can resonate with that. Researching everything beforehand, knowing exactly what's likely to happen, and finding comfort in knowing that you've got everything under control. And finally, number 23 in this list of things to love about being autistic, the hilarious conversations I have with myself. At the end of the day, I'm clearly just too funny for anyone else to understand, right? So instead, why don't I share my jokes with the one person who is actually going to fully appreciate it? And if other people don't get it, well, bad luck for them, I guess. So this list was a bit of a random selection from the comments section, but maybe you can see some common themes that people keep coming back to. The top 4 for me are around the freedom to be uniquely myself, feeling the world deeply, exploring the world with a passion, embracing life, and really finding joy and appreciating the little things. So what about you? What do you love most about being autistic? Do you resonate with this list? Is there anything you think I should have added? Please leave a comment if you can. I'd love to hear what you think. Otherwise, I'd better wrap up this video for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I will see you again next week. Bye.